All right, let's get into some sleeper animes.
Ooh.
Animes that people are sleeping on.
Yeah, people.
That people need to catch up on.
I think we have the same number one. Pretty sure.
I doubt it.
Really?
Maybe, actually, maybe.
Okay. What do you got? What do you got for me?
I think Made in Abyss is criminally slept on.
Made in Abyss was my second one.
Made in Abyss is criminally slept on. I have never heard anyone talk about Made in Abyss until I looked up like good, gory, kind of scary animes.
I didn't hear it until I heard it from you.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was looking up good like scary, kind of like Promised Neverland type shows. And one of the very last comments was like, "Oh, this, and Made in Abyss." Like, what the hell is Made in Abyss? Looked it up. It was about a little kid, and I was kind of like, this premise is weird. Watched it because there's like 12 episodes. So good. So good. Once you get over a few little like cringy parts of like the main character is like a 13-year-old girl, and there's like parts where she's like naked in front of Reg, but it's like obviously covered up. But it's still like, there's some like cringe parts a little bit here and there.
Like watching it for the first time for me, like definitely because like the whole premise of the show is that they're explorers.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean,
it sounds stupid, right?
Exactly. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna how this is gonna hold my attention.
Yeah.
And then they introduce the Abyss, and it just keeps going in and in and in.
And then it gets deeper and deep. Like the story just gets crazier.
Yeah.
And crazier.
So remember, you kept telling me, get to like episode like what 6 or 8 or something.
Yeah. Once you get to like episode like 8, that's when it's.
Well, I mean, they hold your attention before then.
Yeah, they hold your attention, but then once it gets there, you cannot stop.
Because what had happened is that I remember I was still like going to school during this time when I was watching it, and I binged it. Mm-hmm. Like, I had class and everything, and like, yeah, I'm gonna have to be watching this on a bus all the way to class.
Yeah.
Whenever waiting on the teacher to show up.
See,
right after lecture was over.
See,
like everything.
I watched it all one night because I was like, 3 episodes left, like easy. Last episode's like an hour long. So I was like, that's because I was watching it, and I was like, man, I feel like I've been watching this for a long time. And I look, and I was like 30 minutes in to like 50 minutes, and I was like, guess I'm too deep now. So I stayed up until like 5 in the morning when I had lecture at 7:40. It was good. It's slept on, dude. No one talks about it really.
Yeah, you're right.
It's slept on. And then I think the next one is also one we agree on. It's Parasite.
Oh yeah.
I think Parasite slept on. People like it, and it's pretty like well received, but I feel like it's slept on.
It's not really talked about.
It's not talked about a lot. It's not talked about like it is on like Attack on Titan or One Punch Man or shows like that where it's like Death Note. Like everybody knows them, everybody talks about them. No one talks about Parasite. Every single person that I've talked to about Parasite has never heard of it.
Yeah. Like I didn't know about Parasite until you told me.
Yeah. Like you.
I didn't.
You, my brother, Jordan, Josh and Jared, like a bunch of people, like at least 5 or 6 people I told about it. None of them have heard of it, and they started watching it, and they were like all blown away.
Yeah, because like Parasite, we've talked about it before on the podcast that on the first episode, immediately holds your attention and it's a nonstop
mind blowing,
the whole entire show,
mind blowing,
and just like everything about the show is perfect to me. Really, which we can go into a deeper Parasite appreciation later.
Oh, we will.
Oh yeah.
Once we get a little more people, we got more people to talk about. Then we'll start talking about the juicy stuff, the real juicy stuff.
Oh yeah. Because.
And then another is also on my list. I just talked about it. No, like barely anyone talks about it. No, everybody I've talked to out of all my friends haven't seen Another.
Yeah, I haven't seen
no one's seen it. It's so good. It is so criminally underrated. And then
so for those people just joining in, we're talking about the most slept on animes that isn't really talked about in the community.
Yep. And then this is potentially a hot take. I think Mob Psycho is slept on. It's slept.
People talk about Mob Psycho.
People talk about it, but it's slept on.
Compared to
One
top
Punch
5.
Man. Compared to One Punch Man, how slept on Mob Psycho is.
Well, Mob Psycho isn't on Netflix though. I feel like One Punch Man is only as popular
but
how it is because it's on Netflix.
Not necessarily, because it wasn't put on Netflix until like last year or like 2 years ago.
The first
like
season
when
of
it came,
of One
but
Punch
when
Man?
it came out, like immediately when it came out, everyone was talking about One Punch Man. Everyone, even before it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Compared to Mob Psycho, yeah, it's popular, but I still think it's slept on.
I think I would agree if it was in the sense of like in people's like top 5 or something, or in people's top 10 even, it's slept on. But I still think that a good amount of people watch it.
Yeah, well, they do. I just think compared to a lot of other mainstream animes, it
deserves more appreciation,
especially for how good it is.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And then 5 centimeters per second is also on my list. It's a movie, very heartbreaking.
Yeah,
I remember I broke up with my first girlfriend, and I went to visit my sister for the summer. I stayed with my sister and brother-in-law for a month because I just needed to get away. I just wanted to like decompress. And I watched 5 centimeters per second, which is about this kid who falls in love with this girl, and it's like about him always trying to reach for her even though she's not like interested anymore. And like other people are trying to another girl loves this boy, and she thinks that he already has a love life and like he's already dating someone, when in reality he's just desperately looking at his phone, typing messages that he wish he could send to his love. And like that's a very basic, so it's like in 3 parts, so it's one movie but it's split into 3 parts covering this kid's life. So sad. So heartbreaking. Some people might think it's cheesy or cringy. It messed me up, dude. I was messed up. I like laid in bed and I was just like
kill me.
Yeah. And then this last one, Akagi, slept on hard, boy.
Never even heard of that.
Exactly. Okay.
Akagi, yeah.
So this is a anime about gambling.
Oh.
So do you know what mahjong is?
Yeah.
So it starts off and it's like this rainy night in this like backroom illegal mahjong parlor where these dudes are betting and they're playing, and this kid comes in. He's running away from the cops. He's this really young kid, and he's like, "Hey, like, I'm running from the cops. I just need a place to stay." And he's like, doesn't really show emotion. He's not like scared. He's just like, "I'm staying because the cops are looking for me." And like some stuff happens, and they let him play a game of mahjong, and he's like a god at it. Like he's insane at it. Like he's doing all these crazy moves. Like he's never played it, and within a couple hours he beats like the best mahjong player there. So it's like slowly him building up of like all these people. Like, okay, I gotta beat this kid. Like, and he's just like a god at it, and it's so good. And the mind games and like how they like show his strategy and like how he's thinking and how other people are thinking and like how what he does is like super crazy. Like they explain it really well. The animation is bizarre. Their noses are huge and their faces are really long, and it just looks weird, but it looks good. It's really cool. It's like an animation style I've never seen before. I guess it's like that anime. I want to say it's like 20 or 30 episodes, but the issue with the anime is the last couple episodes aren't animated, so you have to read the manga to finish it. But despite that, Akagi is really good, and it's slept on, and it's so cool because I don't really like game or like sports animes, but it's really cool. Like, have you seen Kakegurui or whatever it's called?
Everyone talked about that one.
It's like that, but no harem and like just one guy playing mahjong. But the mind games and stuff are kind of similar.
So the mind games is what's holding your attention.
Yeah,
which is how he's
like the strategy,
the
mind game, like it's crazy. It's super good. But that's my list of slept on animes.
So our list was pretty similar. I had Parasite 1 because, like you, hardly ever see this getting talked about ever. And then 2, I had what's it called? Man in the Abyss. Whoa, excuse me. So then after that, I had Soul Eater.
Yeah. Is it something though?
I don't know. A lot of people talk about it.
That's
because it's like
that's true. Okay.
It's an okay anime, but it's better than average.
It's good though. I felt so good when I finished it.
Yeah, like it's like I love the relationship between all of the characters.
It's so good.
So that's why I said it was
Don't watch the dub though. Don't watch the dub.
Yeah, don't watch the dub.
It's trash.
And then after that, I had Saga of Time of the Evil.
What does you need to say that again?
Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Exactly.
What is this about? Like a
So,
orphanage lady or something?
No. So basically, what happens?
That's what I think of. I think of like some really mean lady running an orphanage.
Well, I mean, this. I'll just talk about it.
Yeah,
So basically, this guy who's like is a basic paper pusher in a business. It's like, I don't really believe in God. This and that, and he's about to die by getting run over by this train.
Yeah.
And time stops, and this voice starts talking to him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna make you believe in me. So it's God. So then he gets reincarnated as this little girl.
Oh, reincarnated as a slime.
Stupid! No! So anyway, before this fool opened his mouth, he gets reincarnated as this girl.
As a slime.
He gets reincarnated as this girl.
Oh.
And it's during World War One, and the weird thing is that they're kind of wizards, so they use magic. Let me explain first. So these people, right now, oh, by the way, so this girl is on the side of Germany during World War One. Okay. And they're able to fly with this gear, and they all have these stones that absorb their mana that is pretty much transferred into energies that makes them fly, so that they can use it, shoot their guns, everything else like that. And so, but the thing is that there's a special class of these fighters. Mm-hmm. And this person is reincarnated as this girl who's in this class of fighters, and it's just her trying to make it through the war without dying.
But does he realize that he's reincarnated
Yes.
as a girl, or does he lose his memory?
He realizes it, and the whole time it's just God trying to pin this person in these situations where they feel like that they can't win, but things like I'm not gonna call out your name for faith, for this and that, so on and so forth, because I'm gonna be a boss and do it all myself and get myself out of the situation.
So basically, it's God like punishing him.
Pretty much. So like basically, like this doesn't happen in the anime, but it's like if God told you that like the same thing, and like you go out and you're on the highway and you see a trailer or something flipping towards you. It would be you trying to get out of that situation without calling out God's name, because that's the deal. Let's say you call for God's name, like the deal's done. Like, I got you to believe in me. Have faith in me, essentially. Okay. And so that's the whole point of the anime. Is her trying to make it through this war. And the thing is that God gifted her, or this person, with a bunch of power, basically.
So
her like him? Yeah.
Her him?
Yeah, her him. Kind of a reverse trap. But not really. That's your thing? Yeah? So basically that was one of my sleepers.
I've never heard of that.
It's really, really good.
How long?
I want to say max.
Is it new?
Newish, yes. Episode count probably is better. Oh, it's 12 episodes.
Oh, that's short.
Yeah, it's really, really good. The characters are really interesting. Her as the villain is... So it's like the main hero is the villain.
Yeah.
Because it's her just clapping everyone and she's Germany. So, they only took 2 L's. Yeah. Exactly. So then after that, I got Promised Neverland.
I don't know if I agree with that, my brother.
But when Promised Neverland was airing, it was sort of talked about.
Everyone was talking about it.
What?
Everyone was talking about it on like Reddit and like.
I wasn't using Reddit then.
See, dude, when I saw it, everyone was talking about Promised Neverland.
Because like when my main source of content really for like the anime community was Instagram, and no one was talking about it on Instagram and Twitter.
So slept on those platforms maybe.
Yeah, but I wasn't really using Reddit because like I showed you, like Reddit wasn't working on my phone.
True. Yeah,
so yeah, that was really it.
You know what I think though? I think Dororo is slept on more than Promised Neverland.
That's better. Dororo's 100% more
for like starting at the same time.
Yeah.
Dororo is very slept on.
Yeah, because it's a really original premise.
It's really cool. It just
and the thing is too is it's weird that the manga was so old and it's only just now.
The first anime was made for it in like the late 60s.
Yeah, it's
like
insane.
The original Dororo. Don't get confused with Dorarara. Don't get confused with the 60s anime. This ain't Mickey Mouse. This is the new 2019 Dororo.
So the premise of the show is that So it's set in feudal Japan, and this Daigen, was that the name? Daigo. It was Daigo. So Daigo is pretty much the ruler of this province.
He's a feudal lord.
Feudal lord, and his crops are dying. People are dying. Like his land is in ruins, and he's like, he goes to this temple that's like for demons.
The Hall of Hell.
Yeah, the Hall of Hell, and he's like, listen, I want to be successful. I want my land to be successful. I want to be the best Daigo out there.
Yeah, I want to be prosperous.
Exactly. So the cost of it, though, is that they take his firstborn.
Well,
special way.
Yeah, so he goes, just take anything you want from me, so I can have this. What I like, my dream. So like I can be prosperous. So
their newborn son is born with no skin, no eyes,
no nose, no sense of feeling. He can't speak. He can't hear.
No limbs.
He can't smell. No limbs. I don't think he had a tongue.
Like nothing. He doesn't. No face, just like muscle.
Yeah, he's just muscle. Like you can see like the veins like pulsating all over it, and it's just like dark pits for eyes.
Yeah.
However, he can see, but he can only see like souls. So he can see like if Ari killed somebody, and the main character Yakimaru walked past Ari, his soul would be red.
Rather than everyone else.
Or it would be tinged. It would be white with like a red tinge to it.
Right. So basically, he gets saved, or they pretty much send out this kid to die. They just put him in the boat in the river, and halfway there, pretty much a demon attacks, and someone saves the baby, and pretty much that's where I'll stop. But basically, so then the premise of the show is that this character grows up. Eventually, with these special alterations of their body, they're pretty much given prosthetics, and it's really cool because he can separate like his prosthetic arms and then there's swords underneath.
Yeah, so he's basically, it's him trying to go get his body back.
Which by killing demons, it will restore parts of his body.
Yeah, but the show is very slept on. But the issue that I have with this show is there's stretches of 3 to 4 episodes that are just really boring.
I feel like, but
the buildup of where it's going is getting unreal. Like it's getting good.
So specifically with the are you talking about later in the anime or beginning?
Both.
So I think later with the sharks, I think is good.
So here, so there's the first episode. You kind of see like what's going on. Meets Dororo. Then there's a couple span episode like with the spider and with like like that episode. There's a couple other episodes in there that are boring, and then the big confrontation happens, and then that ends, and then it's kind of boring again, and then you get to the sharks and it's cool, and then it's a little boring, and now it's getting like good again. But it's like there's just like stretches of like 2 to 3 episodes that are just kind of like.
Which I feel like the later 2 to 3 episodes is better than the first by far.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. That's cool. But yeah, Slats. I forgot to add that on my list, but I was thinking about that today.
Dororo, I agree with you. I think Dororo is. I'd put it ahead of Soul Eater.
Yeah.
So I would put it Parasite.
No one talks about
Man in
Dororo.
Abyss, then Dororo.
No one talks about Dororo.
Yeah.
I mean, there's discussion boards on Reddit every week when a new episode comes out, but it's like that for every single weekly show.
Yeah.
It does not get that much attention.
No, not by far.
Most people don't get. I mean, I didn't. The only reason I heard of it is because my brother told me about it. It's like, hey, this new show's coming out. It's a remake. Cool concept. Like, cool. I'll watch it. That's it. I haven't heard anything else about it, suggesting it. Nothing other than the weekly discussion boards.
Yeah, which just will fall on Reddit. So.
Yeah, exactly.